Good morning, everybody. James here from the Dragon Blogger team. Now, guys, we got a nice little show lined up for you today with a bunch of amazing little products for you on hand, of course, with that. Now, we're actually going to do one unboxing today, kind of a live unboxing of a new product that I have sitting here. Hey, Sheila, what's up? What's up? How are you doing, Sheila? Yep. I'm here. Hopefully it goes smooth. That's all I'm gonna say. Hopefully it goes smooth. But I am definitely here, dude. I don't know. I don't even know if weekend isn't even gonna help me. The weekend is not gonna help me. I can tell you that right now. It's starting to become one of those months. How are you doing, Sheila? How are you doing? I see you need it to be the weekend though, so I could already kind of tell how it is. But yeah. Oh, should I just rub the sleep out of my eyes, even though I haven't slept? All right, guys, we're actually going to start talking off about this product right here. The Meta Quest 3. Now, if you guys haven't seen it, this is a great little VR system. I think it's about $4.99 today, almost 500 bucks total price, but kind of cool. Now, it's got a whole bunch of built-in specs that's actually really great, like 4K resolution. It's got, of course, a Snapdragon XAR2 Gen 2 CPU, but it also has, of course, that beautiful GPU processor as well built in here. Now, it, of course, has two RGB cameras with 18 PPD for 4 times better pass-through resolution with that color gamut. Now, it also has 3D spatial audio built in and 8 gigabytes of RAM for the actual processing of this beast. Now, another cool part is this is the 512 gigabyte variation version that does come with, of course, Batman Arcane. I believe it's Batman Arcane Shadow with this one as well. Now, inside the box, guys, you're going to be greeted with a few things. First and foremost, this box is empty. It's empty for a reason because I had to pull it out, charge it up, and all of the other stuff. You're going to pop it open. You're going to be greeted with, of course, the strap cover that's going to tell you guys how to use it. It does have a few things in here, and we'll kind of show you guys this few little pieces right here. This is going to be your charging cable and, of course, your charging power brick. Now, your charging power brick is just a standard 2-prong wall power brick for USB-C. Now, that's all it is, and, of course, has the Meta little symbol on it. You're going to get, of course, the USB-C to USB-C cable. Very short cable. Now, if you use your own cables, make sure it can actually do the charging capability that this device wants to actually do for charging. Now, the cool part is I've noticed it actually charges within an hour without a problem. The only thing I've noticed so far with what little bit of playing I have is the battery life, which, you know, you're going to get a couple hours of gameplay, guys, off of this charge. Let's be honest. It's wireless. It sits on your head. It has audio, has brightness. It has all of that stuff. The battery, of course, is not always going to be the world's, best. You're going to get, of course, 2 controllers. Now, these controllers are actually very well done and fit perfectly in your hand separately in usability. Now, here's where I'm going to explain a few things. Unfortunately, these controllers, if I pop the little cover, and I'll show you guys that again right here. There's a little button right here, and you press that button, you're going to be greeted with, of course, the AA battery slot. Now, you guys can get a rechargeable slot. They'll have a new cover for this. And I recommend getting the rechargeable batteries for these. Now, you have, of course, the left and right hand. How do you know which one's left and right? Well, the right hand has the Meta symbol. The left hand has, of course, your actual beautiful little, your settings button. You guys see the little light flash on. If I press it right there, it's going to actually activate. Now, full Joy-Con control with no drift whatsoever, which is great. Has, of course, the straps down here. Now, I haven't actually pulled the straps off. I've been kind of laid up for the last couple of days, so I haven't been able to fully play this. But once I unstrap the straps, guys, we have the adjustable piece right here, and this is kind of cool. So the adjustable piece, you're going to pull down, tighten it, And that means it's going to stay on your hand, so you don't have to worry about it falling off or flying. Now, I know, guys, some of those exercises or those games, you get strenuous with this, and that's the way it's going to work with that. Now, the VR headset, guys, is well done. It actually has multiple cameras on the front. Now, those multiple cameras on the front are actually for a few different variations and reasons. First and foremost, it's so you guys can do what's called like pass-through play. So pass-through means you guys can still see the full room in action when you are actually playing this. Second is so we can actually design and gear you up into a little section of the room that maps out an area that you guys can play in without having to worry about walking into something or, of course, bumping into things. Now, with it, of course, you're going to have, of course, the power button on the side. You're also going to have, of course, this cool little camera down here as well. You're then going to have, of course, the USB-C charging port on the side as well. Now, fully adjustable headband with, of course, the very cool Velcro strap. Now, I'll kind of show you guys how this works with my bald head right now. Once you're on here, guys, you'll pick and choose and then strap it and set it to however you want it. Now, I will tell you, down here on the nose bridge, you want it set perfectly well so you're not seeing a lot of light coming through. So that's where I had it backed off slightly so I can set down here. The back strap, of course, right here, if you guys see this, I can adjust it to the side, which is going to snug it up even tighter for us. Now, with it on the bottom, you're going to have these three metal prongs. Now, those three metal prongs, I'm pretty sure that's for, of course, contactlesses or mounts, so you guys can set it, charge it that way, which is what I am planning on grabbing next. Now, you do have, of course, this little scroll wheel. This scroll wheel is going to adjust the eyesight or the magnification for you. You also have a volume wheel over here that's going to allow you to adjust the volume. Now, a few things with this is, if you are not adjusted to, of course, these straps, this is cool because, guys, they just pop off. You guys can, of course, change it out, pick and choose the strapping that you want. If this strap works well for you, leave it on there. Now, what you're also going to notice is on the actual strap piece that stays on your headset is there are, of course, speakers. Now, the battery life can be adjusted with the MetaQuest 3 by adjusting your sound down. It can be set up by turning off the Bluetooth, which I already did. If you have to have Wi-Fi, which, technically you're probably going to need to, unless you, of course, downloaded the game, then, of course, turn off Wi-Fi as well, and it will save you guys battery life for it and extend it. Now, another cool part is the eye pieces that strap around your eyes right here. Is really nice and soft, but you guys can get silicone variations. So if you guys do workouts, you don't have to worry about this getting all smelly or dingy and stuff like that, which is kind of cool. Now, another cool piece is there's a button right in here, guys. If you press this button, it will allow you to adjust this in and out to fit your face properly. Now, 4K resolution, which is great, guys. You have that 4K resolution, which is going to be perfectly well set. Now, with it, it's a nice slim design, which fits well. The weight is where some people will have to kind of get used to because, yes, it has a little bit of weight, and you guys can think about it. You have, of course, this brick sitting on the front of you. It's going to have some weight. Now, they also make, of course, or create a cool extended battery that you guys can change out the strap and it has a battery. There's some cooling pieces out there for these headsets. So if you guys really do work out and you guys need that extra cool, it has like a little fan built in to blow down on you, which is even better. You guys can pair up earbuds if you want to and just go away from these and use earbuds instead. You guys can, of course, pass through so people can watch you play. Now, I know there's a linking cable as well, so if you guys want to stay wired and, of course, connect it up and all that, you can do this. Cool part is in the Meta software, you guys can even stream what you're doing, so everybody can see what you're doing and playing, and you guys can talk to them. It has built-in microphones with this, so you guys can talk and listen and hear everybody with this. So, the MetaQuest 3, guys, 512 gigabyte variation, really kind of cool. So far, I'm loving it. I'm going to be doing a couple things to it. First and foremost, I'm going to get a skin for the front. I'm changing out the front. I don't want it to be white, so I want it to change and look different. So I'm thinking of a different variation skin for the front of this, which is going to be kind of cool. Probably going to be changing out the strap for battery pack style so I can have the extended battery time and all of that. So, cool little piece. If you guys need MetaQuest 3, hey, great little option for VR. You guys can play all kinds of games. Your kids could even play Roblox on this. You guys could even do, like, let's say, if you want to, VR workout, which is like Justin does. And that's what I'm going to kind of gear towards to do some workout stuff. It's definitely time to shed a few pounds. I mean, let's be honest. It's been a long winter so far. Long winter. Now, like I said, you guys will have, of course, the difference of lens adjustments, and you guys can go all the way, I think, 70s max with the lens adjustment. Eye tracking, hand adjustments. You don't have to use those controllers. The mapping in the cameras will do it while you can use your hands. So hand gesture controls and everything are kind of cool. I believe a few other people on the team are going to be grabbing some, so we might all be doing that. And like I said, up to 2.5 hours usage on the average. Gaming's about 2.4 hours of usage. Social streaming, like socializing or like all of that, you're gonna have all that. Your media gameplay, like just playing average movies in like 1080p, I think it's like 2.9 hours. You can make it look like a 200-inch screen. So if you guys don't have a projector screen, the headset will become a projector, and you guys can have that large screen and large watching. So Wi-Fi 6E compatible, up to 2 times download rate, which is great with all of that usage. So MetaQuest 3, guys, great little option. What's up? What is up with you, Darthwing? What's up, buddy? Oh, I think up next we have the PlayStation 5, probably a Justin video if I can guess correctly. It is. So you guys are getting Justin video now.
Here unboxing the PlayStation 5 Pro to show you what you get in the box here. As you can see, it's fairly lightweight, and I was actually shocked that the PlayStation 5 Pro is lighter than the original PlayStation 5. Getting into the box is a little difficult because the outer shell of the box is so delicate and thin and tears so easily. I was trying to get the inside white box out without ripping it, and of course I ripped the outer box, which I was trying not to do. But provided you can actually pull out the little white box without ripping the outer shell, I would recommend kind of opening it from the bottom and pushing forward to try to push the inner box out, just so you don't rip the outer box in case you want it in good condition and you want to save it and not rip it. Normally, I could care less. I don't save my boxes. So showing you what you get now, opening it up, pulling it out from the side here. You, of course, get the power cord, and it's exactly the same power cord that works with the regular PlayStation 5. You get, of course, an HDMI cable, which is actually a little bit short, and the USB-C cable, which is used for the controllers. Then, of course, you get the PS5 Dual Sense controller, which I love this controller. It's my favorite controller. Could always use to have another one. And then, of course, you get these 2 little plastic tabs. Now, what these are is these are going to be your stands so that when you hold the PlayStation 5 in horizontal mode, it kind of lays even and flat. The PlayStation 5 Pro does not come with the vertical stand by default like the PS5 did. So if you need to have it in a vertical stand mode, you have to get the vertical stand separately. But here's the PS5 Pro. Open it up here. And again, I had the original PlayStation 5, and the PS5 Pro is quite a bit lighter and more sleek and thin. I kind of like the design a little better. I like the way the grill looks on it, and the front and the back is a little slicker. It feels pretty lightweight. I was shocked at how lightweight it is, considering this is a much more powerful than the PlayStation 5 original. And of course, you got your Ethernet port, your 2 USB-A ports in the back. You've got your HDMI, your power cable, your 2 USB-C ports in the front, the power button in the front as well. And then you've got this little circle area where the screw hole is for the vertical mount on the bottom. But as you can see, this is the profile of the PS5 Pro. If you're used to the PS5 Slim, it's a lot closer in style, but it is pretty fantastic in its lightweight design. Here is the stands. As you can see, you could slot them in here. It shows you instructions the way they go. And then when you slot them in like this, the PS5 Pro stands perfectly horizontal. There's no kind of tilt or wobble like my PS5 has currently. So it actually lets it stand perfectly balanced if you put it in your entertainment center console, things like that. So really easy to set up, really easy to ready to go. Now, just to show you the comparison, this is the original PS5 next to the new PS5 Pro. And again, like I said, the PS5 is significantly thicker and quite a bit wider than the PS5 Pro. I'm surprised at how thin the PS5 Pro is, considering it packs a lot more power and better graphics, a bigger hard drive, and just a
So, guys, that is, of course, the PlayStation 5 Pro. Great little console. If you guys are looking for something like that, definitely worth checking out, especially if you guys are in gamers. Now, I can talk about that. I do know that the Nintendo Switch 2 is going to be dropping soon, which I think the price dropped yesterday for it. Pre-sales go on, I think, in a couple of weeks, like the 14th or something like that, which is kind of crazy that they're already at the PlayStation 2 stage. That's because, or not PlayStation 2, but Nintendo Switch 2 stage. But kind of cool. I kind of like it. I just, I'm not sure, do I really need it? And it's like, again, it's a $449 price tag for the Nintendo Switch 2. I don't think the games are going to be compatible with the original either, which is just one of them things. But hey, whatever. Whatever. AC, thank you for the follow. Now, we're going to be showing you guys some really cool little keyboards. We're going to show you guys some Ulanzi products. The first is the Ulanzi AL80. Did not look to see these were in here. Taking a look at the have these, which is kind of cool. Now, this is the AL80. This is a fully aluminum style keyboard, which is kind of cool. Now, this is actually a phenomenal keyboard that is mind-boggling, beautifully well done. Now, with that being said, we can talk about a few things first and foremost. The Ulanzi AL keyboard does come with, of course, some keycaps, some extra keys, and some other pieces like pulling out. It's a hot swappable keyboard, but it is only a 75% layout keyboard. Now, it does have, of course, a volume control knob on it that you guys can do the volume and everything else in between. Now, this is a silver Gantron Zero switch, but you guys can also get the Cocoa Cream V2, which is what the variation I had with this. Now, it's got a prismatic color backing on the very back of the keyboard with this one, which is kind of cool. 3 ways of connecting. You guys can do Bluetooth. Bluetooth is going to give you guys 3 connections. 2.4 gigahertz wireless dongle is going to give you guys 1 connection but low latency. And then you guys can do, of course, a wired variation as well with this. Now, it does have a little digital display on the side. And you guys can see the little googly eyes and, of course, the battery percentage. If you hit function, I think it's function 9, it will change that to like a digital picture, which I had a Dragon Blogger or a Dragon logo on there. You hit function, I think it's function 0, and it's going to go, of course, to a GIF or a GIF, whatever you guys want to call that, and allow you to do it. It works with the software. Now, it does have a button on it, so you guys can switch between Mac or Windows if you need to connect between the two, so you have that variation with this as well. It does have a gasket in between that's going to give you guys a nice quiet sound of usability with this. Now, hot swappable, and of course, here's the software that I was showing you guys, so you guys can kind of adjust it with. And that software is going to allow you to pick out pictures, change the picture, variations, or add, of course, those GIFs. 6,000 milliamp battery is going to give you guys a good lifespan of usage with this before you need to recharge it. But just remember, if you guys shut off the RGB lighting and shut off the screens and stuff, it will last longer. You can use a 3-pin or 5-pin mechanical switches. So if you guys want to use the Cherry MX switches, go ahead and plug them into it. It will fit in this without a problem. Now, very cool with the gasket. The gasket's a multi-layer, which is great. You're going to have, of course, that sound form, the IXP switch pad, the pet pad, the switch foam, and then, of course, another pet pad in between with this gasket and meal variation. It is considered a cherry profile, so it's got a little curvature profile to the keys with this. But a great little keyboard at $87, it's definitely worth checking out. If you guys haven't used Ulanzi, it is a phenomenal, really cool piece. Definitely worth checking and using right there if you guys need with that. Now, we also have the Ulanzi AL65, which is another really kind of cool keyboard. This keyboard's got something that I haven't seen on a keyboard before. That's actually see-through keys. For that next keyboard, which is kind of cool with this. Now, this is the Ulanzi AL65, another gasketed style keyboard. This one costs about $103. Now, at $103, it might, scare you a little bit. Well, let's back this up so you guys can kind of see the keyboard. Look at how bright those crystal clear keys are. Now, it has RGB lights all the way around. It is a QMK via the software, via software. It is a gasketed structure. This is a 60% keyboard with this one. Still, you guys can get the Milk V2 or the Gatron Zero keys. Multiple Bluetooth connections or 2.4 gigahertz dongle connection, USB C, also Mac and Windows variation. Now, with this though, you guys have, of course, the whole laser cutted lighting around the edges, which is great. And you guys can change those color patterns out. With the software, you guys can pick and choose your own colors and edit it however you want to. That's up to you. Now, the hot swappable keys can use, of course, the multiple pin connections, the 3-pin or 5-pin. Up to you the way you work with this. 16.8 million RGB colorways, 360-degree lighting effect all the way around with this. The gasketed material, again, is going to allow you to have a nice silent typing experience while still being able to feel the resistance of the keys at a great spring rate for you. Now, you guys can adjust keys in the software. You guys can make out your own pattern. It's got a hollow pattern of RGB lighting. It, of course, 8,000 milliamp battery, so 36 hours with RGB on, 130 hours with RGB off, or 18 hours kind of charging, not really charging. Let's go there. I've had this charge fully in 3 hours. I'm not sure why I said 18, but it's just, a mistake. But hey, it happens. Now, with it fully beautifully well done, and I actually like the way this works. It's a phenomenally beautiful piece. Can work with, of course, your phones if you need to. You guys can connect it up through the Bluetooth with your phones, Nintendo Switches, Xboxes, tablets, laptops. Just do it, change it, have fun. It's all on you. To change out the colorways, it's going to be like function arrows up and down, function enter, function page up and downs. You have function keys, or you guys can use it in software. It's up to you how you do it, where you do it. Beautiful, beautiful keyboard. It's a phenomenally, very amazing little keyboard with a bunch of very beautiful lighting. Ulanzi, guys, I can't tell you, Ulanzi makes some really cool products. Now, this next one, of course, is the Ulanzi IF99. Now, it comes in 2 color patterns, and you guys are going to see. Today, we're taking a look at the I got is kind of like an Arctic snow style pattern. Now, with that being said, there's, of course, a whole bunch of switchable keys. Again, it's got, of course, keycap pullers and everything else. It comes with, of course, the USB-C cable, the USB-A cable. Nice, long cable for that. Now, you're going to get extra keycaps to change out keycap patterns, depending on if you have the white variation or the black variation. This has, of course, a digital screen and an LED lit up little magnetic panel. Now, the little magnet panel, if you guys tap it, and you guys will see right here, if I tap it to the side, there's a little tap, it pops open. And of course, there's a USB little switch right there. That is your dongle for this. Now, it has, of course, a full, beautiful etched design on the bottom, but it has that display again. The LCD display will allow you to see, of course, the battery percentage, number functions locked on and off. It's going to, of course, everything. It is a 2.5-pound keyboard, though. It weighs quite a bit for a keyboard. Fully aluminum CNC mechanical housing. Fully hot swappable USB-C connections. 3 points of USB port connections, guys. You connect into multiple pieces. 2.4 gigahertz low latency. You guys can actually connect modes in 3-way, which is beautiful. I like that. Now, Bluetooth is going to give you 3 connections. USB-C is going to give you 1 connection. You guys can change out, again, the screen to whatever you want. If you guys want to do RGB designing, go ahead. Macros, you can do that. Remap keys, you can do that as well. Fully customizable pre-loop switches, and, of course, a PC plate. That's going to give you nice, smooth connectability. The display picture on the bottom is beautiful and, of course, nice. Right here, you're going to see me, of course, change around the patterns and all of that in between. It's a phenomenally beautiful piece of technology. Definitely check it out. Have fun with it if you guys. And there, of course, I'm trying to show you guys that little picture on the back. It's just, I forgot to change camera views in the video. So definitely check that out, guys. You will not be disappointed with that one bit. Now, I think up next is the Shox Open Fit earbuds.
So I've used the Shox Open Fit 2 for about 2 weeks now, and using it at least 2 to 3 hours every single day. I have one in my ear just to show you, and I'm going to tell you about my thoughts on it, my review on it, what I like about it, what could use more improvement. So first of all, like the open fit, it goes in its container, it charges in its container. You could set it into pairing mode by leaving both of them in the container and long pressing the button in case you want to pair it with a second device, because it has multi-point support. And they just slot right in. Very easy to keep them charged. I love that it charges via USB-C. Love the portability of the container, nice and flat, easily fits in a pocket. That's a fantastic option of it. Now, to put them on, you basically take the hook like this, because it is an ear hook, right? You can see it's an open air headphone, not a bone conduction, so it actually just produces sound through the air, aiming it into your eardrum, of course, through your ear canal. So you want to slide it over the ear, kind of curve and hook, the way the hook goes, so that it basically rests to where the sound is being driven in your ear. Now, one thing I really like about these is by default, they have physical buttons on the top of them. There's these tiny little buttons you could press on the top of them. You see the little button there on both sides. And you could customize and configure the buttons to do whatever you want in the app itself. Just, the Shocks app allows you to configure them. And I'll talk more about the Shocks app configuration later. So by default, though, one button is play and pause or answer an end call. Double tap will forward a track. Triple tap will go back a track. And if you long press on the right, it raises the volume. Long press on the left, it lowers the volume. You also have touch sensitive buttons, which are off by default. These are the tap sensors right here. And you could turn it on to where they do voice assistant only if you tap them. But I don't have to touch on. I usually don't like to touch because my fingers tend to be cold, and a lot of touch sensitive doesn't detect my fingers. So I really like that there's physical buttons. That's a huge plus for me. The physical buttons are definitely really enjoyable. Now, regarding the sound is really good. It actually sounds better than the bone conduction because it's just blasting the sound right in your ear. The one thing I would say is I had a little bit of a hard time with the fit because the way my earlobes are shaped. Despite me hooking these, they kind of rest a little bit away from my ear. They don't kind of like tuck in and point to my ear canal enough. So they're not as loud as I would hope they would be. And if I press them, they sound fantastic, exactly the way I would want them to sound. But the moment I release them, they kind of pull out slightly away from the ear. So for some reason, maybe the shape of my ear, I've had this problem before with the ear hooks, but they don't sit quite close enough to my ear canal to where even at max volume, it's not where I would normally listen to. I'd normally listen to something a lot louder, but they still sound fantastic. And one thing I really like is when you start going through the app and configuration settings, standard actually is pretty good, but you could do various EQ settings, and bass really amplifies the bass quite a bit. You could do vocal frequency, which is good for audiobooks. I found treble and vocal really muted the bass and were ideally for audiobooks, not really for me.
Now, like he's showing you guys, customizable EQ, of course, and then beautiful sound way all the way around. You guys can check and triple check. You guys can change out the buttons, what they do, how they do it on each earbud, which is great. Now, you guys are going to have that open sound so you can still hear everything around you, but still have that functionality of a Shocks headset. True wireless stereo pairing, which is great. Beautiful technology, usability. This thing is phenomenally well done and has a great battery life. Now, yes, it's $179, but definitely worth checking those out if you are looking for something like that. Now, we're going to show you guys a triple monitor setup for your laptops. Now, this is a 14-inch style display with 1080p Full HD for you.
You see Phil here.
Now, this, of course, is that beautiful little setup. Now, 1080p IPS display. This is the S2s. Now, the Alvia S2 14-inch setup means you're going to have two extra displays for your 14-inch laptop. Now, it's going to do 60 hertz, of course, at 300 CDM at 1001 contrast ratio and 1920 by 1080p. Downfall to this device is definitely the cable connections. You're going to need multiple cables for this with it on hand. It does come with a cool cover, so you guys don't have to worry about it. It has a nice cover to protect them while you're traveling, which I kind of like. It's got a cool carrying bag. Some of these do not come with that carrying bag, which I would hope they would do. This one does, and it even has a pocket for all the cabling, which is great as well. I just Velcros on. Now, it may not be the world's high-end carrying bag, but it works for you. Multiple USB-C to USB-C cables. I had one. Yeah, it's kind of, this one definitely, I feel like this one has a little too many connections. I would rather it link together to itself in the back. And that's just the one of the things. I've seen some others that just are single cable connection. which I think you could definitely do without that. Now, this one doesn't have that, but it works well for you. Even as a kickstand, you guys, if you've never used one of these, they will get a little tip heavy because you're connecting it to a laptop and you're adding a whole bunch of weight to the laptop hinge. The kickstand's there for a reason. Now, you're going to want to peel off the plastic off of these pieces, which is not a big deal. And you'll see right there the USB-C connection ports. There's going to be a couple on each side. That's where you're going to have. Now, hopefully your laptop has enough connections to connect up to that, or you're going to need a splitter to do this. Now, if you don't have all those USB-C connections, use USB-A's. You guys can swap the cables out as long as they can pass through that 60 hertz or, the 120 volts display. Doesn't pull 120 volts. Let's just go there. It's going to pull maybe 20 watts, if that. And of course, there's the kickstand he's showing you guys right here on the back. Kickstand's great because it's adjustable, changeable with that. It's possible I may have. I don't doubt that I probably didn't. Oh, you mean, never mind. No, I didn't give you that. I don't even know what it was. That was horrible. I think I may have gave myself food poisoning or ate bad chicken because it was bad. Oh, I'm still fighting the stomach cramps, but at least I'm not like I was. Yeah, it was definitely horrible. I haven't been in that much pain in years. But it's kind of cool. I like the way to add extra monitors, guys. If you need to, for, of course, multitasking, content creating, or whatever you need it for, this is a great variation and option. I'm sorry you're not feeling good, Sheila. That definitely sucks. Now, I believe we have an Anchor Nebula Mars 3 possibly next. I'm not sure which video I have for this, though.
I am here showcasing.
Nope. I want to grab the other video. Let's see what the other one is. Let's grab the other video.
Here for the Dragon Bloggers, and I'm very
it's a Phil video. All right, you guys got PC Phil over here on this little video, but I'm going to bounce back to the video so you guys talk about this. This, of course, is a 1080p projector with 5 hours of playtime, fully rechargeable, or use it as itself. It's going to give you guys an IPX3 water resistant, not waterproof, so light sprinkle, not rain. Now, with the ergonomical handle, of course, controls, and of course, a controller as well. Up to about 200-inch screen, but it's going to have to sit back quite a ways for you. Now, it's 185 watt hours of power built-in power bank. It's going to give you that 5 hours of play. Let's just go there. And that's going to be about 60% volume in standard movie mode. You guys go in the ultra bright mode, it's going to take that battery down for you. It does come with the power brick, so you guys can connect it up as well. It does have, of course, that beautiful, and I'm going to say it again, that beautiful Android TV connectability with this. And Android TV is great because you're going to have access to over 7,000 apps, over 400,000 movies on hand. 2 hours in standard mode or 5 hours in eco mode, and that's what I was talking about, your brightness with this. Dust resistant, drop resistant, not waterproof, water resistant. Has 3 speakers. It's going to give you guys about 40 watts of volume control with those 3 speakers. Now, it's kind of got Dolby Digital Audio, which is great, but this would be good for the backyard, the office, business, camping, pretty much whatever you guys could think of. Be great. For your kids to game while you're out camping. I mean, kids get bored, and I mean, camping's fun, but sometimes kids get really bored while camping. Take a movie projector. When the night winds down, it's dark out, and there's nothing else to do, pop this bad boy out and start playing a movie and having fun. It's a great little idea with that. Grab yourself a Jackery power station if you want to, make it last longer and have fun with it. Now, 200-inch screen, 40 watts of speaker, and of course, 1,000 ANSI lumens brightness. This thing is beautiful, and it does have IEA display, so it's got intelligent environmental adaptation with keystone correction, autofocus, and all of the other cool stuff. That does come, of course, with the device of this starter. Now, Google Chrome built-in or Google Casting is the way it's going to work with, of course, everything else in the variation. it's a cool projector that's going to do well. And of course, Phil's just trying to give you guys a little grips of it, a little look of it. Definitely worth checking that one out. Anker does some phenomenal projector. Oh, portable charge. Now up next is going to be a little portable power bank. Power bank for, of course, your laptops. Now you guys could use it for more than just laptops, though. And I'm going to talk about this. This is probably one of my longer, and I'm going to say it, longer videos. That's because it's a really cool product, but we're going to bounce around through this. This is the Storm 2 from ShareGeek. The ShareGeek or ShareGeek portable power bank, guys, is a 25,600 milliamp power bank with 2 USB-C ports, 1 USB-A port, and a DC plug, and a full digitalized menu and LCD display. Now, not only does it does that, it's got a full see-through casing so you guys can see all the circuitry, the batteries, and everything inside, which is kind of cool. With the device, you guys can actually see some other things. It does come with the USB-C to USB-C 100-watt pass-through cable. Bright yellow cable, great cable if you need a cable like that. Comes with a carrying bag as well. Carrying bag's really amazingly well done for those of you that need that carrying bag, of course. Now, we're going to go into this. This is what it looks like. It is a beautiful little piece. I mean, look at that architecture design. I know it's upside down, but hey, bear with it. You guys can see, of course, the capacitors. You guys can see the microchips. You guys can see, of course, the solder points, the PCB board. You can see everything that you would expect to not see in anything unlike this. I mean, your other power banks don't have that look to this. Now, 25,600 milliamp power bank's a large power bank for the size. And you guys can see, of course, the 8 lithium batteries. Those lithium batteries means if one kind of goes bad, you guys can technically take it apart, put it together with a new one, as long as you match it with the cells, or even put all new 4 cells in there. You guys can rebuild this. You could do that now, as long as you have the know-how. I mean, it's 4 screws on the end. It comes apart. It's not glued together. I mean, it's meant to, be a conversation piece. There's your digital display. It's going to show you guys your voltage, your amperage, your temperatures of the actual circuitry plugs. It's going to show you guys the time, and you guys can set the time up with this. That is a phenomenally, really cool little piece. So if you're looking for something like that, ShareGeek has got you covered, guys, with that one. Now we're going to show you guys a magnetic wallet for your phone. Be the MagSafe wallet you've been looking for. This is actually from ESR. It is made from vegan leather and does have, of course, N52 magnets that are going to be super strong and hold up to 3,200 grams of force on this device. Now, to pull it off, you guys can actually just pop it off just like that. It takes a lot of force, though, for that. You guys can see the magnet right back there. It's going to just sit there and magnetically stick. Now, it's got, of course, 2 slots that can hold up to 5 cards for those of you that need to hold multiple cards in a wallet on the back of your phone. So if you guys are looking for that beautiful MagSafe wallet like this one, look no further than ESR. They got you covered. So that is that beautiful little magnetic wallet that's going to work out well for you guys if you have a MagSafe style phone. Holds multiple cards and variations for you guys, and from ESR, you cannot go wrong with that. Now, we also have the ESR phone stand. Now, this is a wireless charging phone mount for your cars, and this ESR does about 15 watts of charge rate with this. Now, it's going to be perfect for your iPhones. Now, right here is a video of me just going here blabbing about it. I think we got another video that might be a little bit different than this. Let's check it out. Let's see if we have the other one. Should. We take a look at the ESR. There's 2 of me. Halo Lock. 2 videos of me. Let's just go here, guys. 15 watts of charging capability. Wireless connection. Now, it's going to connect to, of course, your air vent display or your air vent in your car. Make sure your air vent can actually hold this style. If not, use the 3M adhesive dash mount that's going to stick to your dash, and then, of course, be fixed to that. And that's the way that one works for you. It's a cool little piece, great little option for you guys with that one right there on hand. Now, your mount does have, of course, a stabilizing connection, which is great. 1 second, everybody. Now, it is, of course, a clip-on style. I wish it was a screw style so it fits tighter, but that little extra piece is going to help stick it to your dash so it doesn't kind of flop around a lot. It still may, depending on the actual dash you have or your vent. Only works on a couple style of vents for that. And you're going to have a USB-C to USB-A charging cable that you'll have to plug in, and that's going to give you guys that wireless charging capability for your actual phone. And right here, I'm actually just plugging it into a little power bank, showing you guys it connected up, lighting up. When it lights up, of course, it can do this. Now, the only downfall, and I'm going to talk about the downfall with this always, when you have it on an air vent, and it's, of course, winter time, it is going to overheat. And I'm going to say that with $100. It's going to overheat your phone if you have your heater vent on high. All right, just go in there. Your phones will get hot from that because you're blocking the vent or blocking some of the stuff. And of course, that heat's blowing right on it. If it's winter and you're blowing Arctic cold ice on it, hey, it's going to work well for you. But great little type of piece right there. Actually, phenomenally well done. ESR does some good stuff, and I actually use that in my car. And we also have this tablet case for your iPad A16. That is your 11-inch version, guys. That's actually kind of cool. Now, this has got a nice little cover that does, of course, come over and fold up, but it's also got this very cool little piece that you guys can fold backwards and protect it as well. Now, inside here, guys, when you greet it and flip it open, you guys are going to be greeted with, of course, the inside insert. This is where you're going to slide your tablet into, and it's going to actually have a camera opening and everything you can need. On the sides, of course, it's going to be the function button openings for your power and everything, and volumes up and down. Like I said, the camera angle bezel is there, of course, to allow the camera to use. It's also got this built-in kickstand that's magnetically snaps and holds shut for you guys. That means you guys can set your tablet down like this, or if you guys want to set it up like that, you guys can do that with this. You know, it's going to allow for like 11-foot drop protection with the anti-protections for dropping it all the way around, which is great. ESR has definitely got you covered. If you guys need a case for that A16 iPad, look no further than this one right here. So that is the cool little tablet holder. If you're looking, ESR's definitely got you covered. Now we're going into the realm of products I truly, truly love. We're going to talk about the OBSBot Meet 4K camera. Now this is the OBSBot Meet, and this is a beautiful little camera. I recommend 100%. Now, the OBSBot Meet 4K camera is a really phenomenal camera that's going to work out well for the content creators or anybody else that just wants a camera that's going to do amazing things. Now, we are going to talk about these 4K. We don't need the video sound. We can just do it. 4K resolution, of course, for you guys, 60 frames per second, does come in 3 colorways. Now, with this device, you're going to be able to do, of course, portrait or landscape recording for you. Now, with that being said, it's going to, of course, do, AI tracking in a field of view with this. Now, it is very lightweight, does have gesture control, HDR, dual microphones, of course, noise canceling. Does use a USB-C to USB-C cable, but you guys can use the USB-A adapter to connect it and adapt it down. It's a 1/2-inch CMOS sensor for this, which is great. Now, crystal clear streaming and, of course, picture with this on the CMOS sensor. It's a beautifully well done one. Simple connections, which always makes me happy, of course, in the auto framing and a zooming in and out by gesture control or voice. Also has what's called magical beauty mode, which you guys can actually add lipstick if you wanted to. You guys can do contour to the skin. You guys can adjust your skin tones, color tones, and everything with this. By switching it into horizontal or, of course, portrait mode, you literally just switch the camera over, and it'll automatically do that for you, and you don't have to work the software. Now, it has the built-in microphones that's going to give you that noise reduction in the background. It also, of course, comes with software. Use the OBSBot Meet software for this device. When you do that, you're going to get the beautiful, beautiful little camera that's going to work really, really well for you. Now, I don't remember if we actually connected up or you guys can see the difference between the original and, of course, that variation we're showing you guys. But 2 different sizes, 2 different variations, and both are phenomenally well done. Now, for the rest of you that want full pan, tilt, and zoom, content creation and fun, we're going to talk about the OBSBot Tiny 2 Lite. Now, this is a 4K camera that does do pan, tilt, and zoom, can get 360 degrees rotatable, and is going to allow you to see everything you need in this small little device. How do I know it's a 4K variation and I'm not grabbing the wrong one? Well, it's got a red ring around the front. You're also going to see, of course, the microphones on that front as well on the little dots up there. It's going to say Outbot, and you guys are going to see that I can actually start here and swim and rotate it back and forth with this. I can also rotate it, of course, 80 degrees the other direction. If I tip it all the way down, it will go into sleep mode. On the back, USB-C connections. On here, you also have the tripod connection, or if you need to, monitor mount for that. When using the device, all you literally need is a 100-watt pass-through USB-C to USB-C cable. I have a white cable here that I use for mine because it's a longer cable and I need a long cable with this. Once you guys are going to see that it's actually on and working, you guys can actually do, of course, the software and turn the software. I'm going to attempt to do dual cameras. Now, dual cameras just means I have software. Now that software, of course, is saying, oh, we're asleep, we're going to go in here and we're going to, of course, do this. Now, there's an update for this device, but I'm not worried about that because we're just showing you guys the piece. Let's do Tiny 2. We have the Tiny 2. Let's see if we can get it to activate and show on screen for those of you that need to see this. There we go. Now, there is, of course, that camera. And I'm going to set that camera down on the table right here. We're going to have it point towards me. But when I do this, I'm going to hit some presets. And the presets, of course, are going to allow it to change the actual camera angle. Now, I can also adjust out that beautiful. And let's see if you guys can get scared over there. I see you down there. You guys can get scared with that. If I want to do tracking and I start moving around, of course, I have to make sure tracking's on. But then once I start moving around, it will move with me. And if I want to do this, we can zoom out. If I want to do it again, we can zoom in. We can do, of course, and lock it in place. And now it's not going to move with me. With that, of course, if I want to do it again, we unlock it, and then we have all that fun. Great little device with this camera, and it's a beautiful little piece. If you guys need, OBSBot is my go-to for these products. Now, I love them. Yes, there's Insta360 out there if you guys need to, but OBSBot, man, wide range of products, great usability, ease of functionality, and a good software, which is kind of cool. They also make a wireless variation camera that is crazy. So any questions, definitely ask. Now, we also have, I think, the Bezeus 10,000 milliamp power bank up next. This is going to be like a magnetic power bank. Tired of walking around and your phone dying all the time and not having a way to charge it? Well, I got an option for you, and that's from Bezeus. Now, this is actually a MagSafe wireless charger. This is actually a really cool little piece. It's stuck in, of course, the package. So I'm going to show you guys. Ultra thin and very beautifully well done. Now, this is a 20-watt wireless charger. It is MagSafe. It is a 10,000 milliamp style device. It is a magnetically connected device that you're going to connect up like this. First and foremost, you're going to peel the plastic off the back of it so you are ready to go with this. Now, this is actually going to allow you to instantly be able to connect up and then start charging. On the bottom is the indication of the charge level and the USB-C port. Now, 10,000 milliamps means you guys are going to be able to charge your iPhone 14 at least 2 times with that being said, which is actually kind of cool. Now, this is, of course, a nice little wired charger that you guys can use wired if you want. 20 watts wired charger, 7.5 watts wireless charging capable. You can also do 5 watts or, of course, 10 watts if you're doing dual charging. Now, if you're doing dual charging, the top one, of course, is going to be 5 watts wireless and 10 watts wired. Guys, quick, simple, easy little piece that's going to allow you to charge on the go if you need. Nice and thin. The Bezeus MagSafe portable wireless charger, 10,000 milliamps, is probably the way to go. So, good little piece. If you're looking for something like that, Bezeus has definitely got you covered. Now, they also have a cool little power brick, guys. The little power brick, no need to really show you guys a video. It's a 45-watt charger. It's a USB-C cable, guys. That USB-C cable is going to allow you to charge at 45 watts to whatever device you have connected up to it. You're going to need your own USB-C cable to USB-C or USB-C to Lightning or whatever you need. But it's a simplified little power brick that connects to a wall and uses that you need. Now, if you really needed to, though, The 100-watt retractable cable would definitely go good with this, and I'm going to show you guys this one because it's a cool little cable. Now, this is, of course, a retractable USB-C to USB-C cable. And right there's your 45-watt power brick that we were just talking about. This cable retracts and hides into itself, which is great. I love that idea that you guys can retract and hide that cable into, of course, this piece. And to allow for the 100 watts pass through is what we really want. And that 100-watt pass through is always what is important to give you guys that charging capability that you really need for a lot of different devices, even for data transferring. You need to make sure it's got that 100-watt data transfer. I tested it. Of course, you guys are going to have to just test it yourself and just go with it. But I've actually tested it, and it will allow for that transfer rate. To be able to retract and hide up means you guys don't have to worry about the cable tangling up and you untying it. And I can tell you guys, that is a pain to deal with. Honestly, I keep cables next to me, and unfortunately, they sit like this sometimes. You know, you guys got this cabling that can sometimes just be a real pain in the tuchus. You guys, just a great little piece, though. If you guys need something like that, Bezus has got you covered. And decent prices, $13 for that cable is definitely a good idea. Now, we also have the Govee TV Backlight 3. Now, the Govee TV Backlight 3 is a great little system. Now, the Govee TV Backlight 2 is a phenomenal system in itself, but of course they updated, upgraded, and shows you guys this 3 variation.
Gotta love Govee. They make such great products. This is the Govee TV Backlight with fisheye correction, function sync, and it's for a 75 to 85 inch TV. I have a 75 inch. So here's the connections. You have power, and you have the cord that goes to the lights, and then you have a cord that goes to the sensor, and this runs all of those and syncs them together. So this has 4 colors in 1 lamp bead and voice and app control. So this is the upgraded and visual technology. The chip provides stronger performance with the fisheye correction function and an expanding and effective range to provide more accurate color. This has
I love the immersive of the feel of these. And like Sheila said, guys, you guys can game and feel like you're immersed. You guys can actually watch a movie, feel like you're immersed. Now, make sure it reflects off of the wall beautifully, like what she's showing you guys here, because you want it to reflect properly. And you also want to calibrate it correctly, because if you do not calibrate it correctly, it's going to be kind of a slight issue with how it works and how it functions with this. And she's showing you guys right there, it's bouncing off like, curtains. I have a wall that mine bounces off of. Now, they are great to do that. And you have multiple scenes and colorways, can, of course, link with, of course, some of your other products, which is great. So to be able to link it and have a device connected with the Dreamwear software is kind of cool as well, because then you're going to get more of that effect everywhere else. Now, it changes with, of course, the screen that you're using, so each corner will do a different color. Maybe you have an ocean down on the bottom where it's ocean blue, and you have a black sky up top. It's going to darken the top and lighten the bottom, or vice versa, whatever you guys are doing. It's kind of cool, and it's a great little vibration of the style of lighting that's going to do perfectly well for you. It's an amazing piece. They are definitely very bright and vibrant.
Another great
I actually tested some lights the other day that were like just as bright, if not brighter. But the functionality, I don't know. I'm still in the air with it. Now, we're going to show you guys the Govee Matter floor lamp. Now, this is another Sheila video that she did.
It's a floor lamp with RGB IC. It has movie and music sync, gaming, and it is great for your living room or your gaming area. There are so many settings. It's really like special effects going on in the background. And you have so many different beautiful movements that go on in this light. There's one that looks like a meteor.
Now, guys, this is just like a rope light from Govee, but it is in a lamp situation style. Now, on the bottom, there's actually a nice little glow as well with a round ring. That round ring is what they call the matter part. Now, it is a great little piece, over 64 plus scenes. You guys can make your own color patterns. You guys can make your own adjustments. You guys can use some of the others. James likes it. Yeah, so I like it turned against the wall so it like bounces off of the wall. You guys can have it facing you. It's up to you how you do it. When you have it the other way, it's going to give you a more of a glow on the wall and give you a wider range of effect. But if you turn it the other way, you guys can use it as a lamp if you wanted to. And it does go into lamp mode, which is kind of cool. It has a bunch of different scenes, variations. You guys can do so much with this and link it up with other Govee products and not worry about it. Like, I have Govee string lights back here, TV lights, light bars. I have tri-glide panels, which they quit making. I have the lamp over here. A bunch of cool stuff. They even created an ice machine, which I was trying to get. I wanted my hands on the ice machine because I don't have an ice machine now. But really cool little piece, great little option if you need Govee. Govee is all I got to say. Govee. If you guys haven't messed with Govee, you guys should. Govee's crazy cool. I have 12 different RGB light pieces from another company that's not Govee. And I've done most of the videos, but I think one or two, and hopefully I can get to them in the next day or so. I get the other one or two videos out of those products, but you know, getting them out and doing them, it's like that thing. I have a lot of stuff I gotta get to, and yeah, you have seen some. Some of my what? Huh? How'd you see some? Some of what? Oh, the Lincoln lights, the Linkind lights. Yeah. So there's more than just bulbs. I have TV lights. I have light strips. I have floodlights. I have different styles of bulbs as well. So I was just getting to like the unboxing, the software stuff, and then I have to do a whole video of multiple pieces together and show them how they work together in what's called the matter effect. And the matter effect is just the linking software. So you guys can use, let's say, your voice controlled software to control it, and it's all supposed to control simultaneously with very little delay. So I have to do that as well. And trust me, Sheila, it's a great company. The light bulbs are very, very bright for 4-watt light bulbs. I mean, I use an LED light up above me that's considered a 100-watt LED bulb. This light bulb, if you look at how bright my hand is, it's beautifully well done. Now, the little 4-watt light bulb I was testing was definitely almost as bright as this bulb. I mean, almost. It's not definitely all the way there, but this is a single color bulb, of course, as well. It's 6500K. So now I'm starting to get all stuffed up, but yeah, it's kind of cool. So will the Linkind. The Linkind links to it as well. It can work with their own software. It can work with multiple other variations from like Google Home to Samsung Smart Things. It's got all of that as well. Now we are going to show you guys the EC Haga. No, this is not what I was grabbing. Somehow we moved away from the product I was actually grabbing. Not sure how, but this is what we were showing you. The Wesdet. The Wesdet 49-in-1. Now, this is a 49-in-1 screwdriver set. If you guys are like us, content creators, we tear apart stuff all the time. And I say this with a grain of salt. I tear apart test products. There's reasons for it. I get bored. I want to tear stuff apart. Screwdrivers like this help me do that. Sometimes I have to fix stuff. These will do that. Magnetic bits, they're double-sided, so you guys are going to have, of course, the double-sided bits with this. They are all labeled, so you're good there. Free spinning style screwdriver, so you guys will have that free spinning piece with it, which is great. It's a beautiful little screwdriver that's going to do fundamentally very well for a lot of people, and I'm going there. It's a great product. Bits are nice and strong steel. They don't have to worry about them chipping away like you would with a drill bit and trying to drill stuff. I mean, I've done it and I've broken bits. That it's a cool little piece. Magnetically, of course. Set the case back on. You're definitely good to go. So that, of course, is that beautiful little product from Was Done. Now we're going to show you guys the EC Haga dog
I am
stairs.
showcasing the Sika.
Now this is the EC Haga dog stairs that Justin did. These stairs are really, really amazingly well set for the smaller animals. Now you do have to put it together. It's going to come vacuum sealed. It's going to come with a double liner, and you guys can actually wash this if you really wanted to. You guys would have to pull, of course, that little beautiful wood plates back out, but hey, that's just the way it works. The moment you cut it, you're going to start seeing it's inflating, and of course, you have to work a little bit quicker to get it out of the wrapper before it inflates too much. Then you have to fight it again. Anti-slip grip bottom, which is great, so you don't have to worry about it sliding across your floors that you set it on. Maybe it's a wood floor, maybe it's a tile floor, and you're worried about it sliding. You don't have to worry about that. The only thing you're gonna have to worry about is how rough housing your dogs are. And I mean, if your dog's rough house, they may knock it out of position anyways, just because, well, that's dogs, and dogs do that, right? Now, connecting it up, it's a 3-step piece, which is great. It's perfect for the littler pups. This is definitely not going to be meant for, like, you know, your 50-pound German Shepherd, your 80-pound German Shepherd, your 100-pound plus Rottweiler, your pit bulls or anything. You're going to need a stronger one than that. Now, yes, it's got the wood plates, which helps, but it's definitely not meant for the really, really large dogs. This is just, you know, for the dogs, the cats, whatever you need to give the steps for. Put it together, set it up, and you're good to go. And you guys are going to see Justin's dog up here in a second. I know we have it right here. And you're going to see that he kind of, on the way down, he only uses the bottom step. On the way up, he uses a couple steps, which is great. And you're going to see right here, step, I'm up. And, of course, that makes it easier for him to come. Now, yeah, I'm sure he probably could just jump up there if he really wanted to. But, you know, having him a step like that, kind of cool. It's going to help the dogs get on your bed. It's going to help them get on, of course, everything else with that. Now, we also have the EC Haga, I think, foam mattress up next for the dogs as well.
My friends, Nate with Dragon Blogger Tech and Entertainment. Today, we're going to be talking about this Haga dog bed. Now, my dogs normally don't lay on dog beds, and it's still kind of true, but to a point. There is an exception. So my dog Ninja, he loves using pillows, just like a human does. He'll lay just his head on the pillow and the rest of his body will be wherever else. And he's been using this as a pillow. Now, he did not want to come into the video today for this product, and I understand it. He's very camera shy, but we'll go ahead and talk about it anyways. You're going to have this really nice Sherpa lining on top of it, and it's very, very soft. Now, also, it is going to have kind of like a waterproof lining around the edges. If you do need to take the cover off on this, you can, because all you have to do is simply locate the zipper that's down here at the bottom, and you can see that right there you have that memory foam texture. You can take this off, and this is just going to be really good for your dogs that like dog beds. This is going to be good for small to medium dogs. On the bottom side of this, one of my favorite things is you kind of have this like little
now, as you guys can see, Nate's just showing you guys the anti-slip bottom, the removable insert that allows you to wash the top. It is, of course, like water resistant or waterproof for the puppos, so you don't have to worry about them getting it all really, truly wet, but you guys can, of course, clean it if they get a little bit of mud on there. Now, the Sherpa top, the memory foam middle, or the foam mattress piece is going to be good for those dogs that like dog beds. There's definitely those dogs out there that are really, really picky, like Sheila's dog. Sheila's dog thinks that she belongs on the couch or on her normal bed, so why would she want to sleep on a dog bed? I don't blame her. And, you know, that's just the way it works. So, you know, sometimes dogs just, you know, have their own ways. Now, up next is the Up Simples frames. Now, this is, of course, a nice little set of picture frames. These are meant for, like, your certified picture frames or frame packs, or, like, your graduation certs and stuff. It's going to work out well, and you guys can use it as regular pictures. Nate here is actually just showing you guys the piece that comes in it, kind of, you know, hey, this is what it could be. Swap it out to whatever you want. If you guys want to put a picture in it, put a picture in it. If you guys want to put, of course, your certificates in there of graduation or from college or whatever, do that. Be proud. Show them off. Now, they do come in multiple colors. These are 8.5 by 11s. Non-matted. There's no mat, so you guys do have to make sure that picture is that size, because if not, It's going to look really, really weird. Set it up on a table with the stand or hang it from the wall with the hangers. It has these really cool pressed slots. These pressed slots are great. You don't have to worry about bending those old school ones that if you bend them too much, they break. And if you guys have somebody like my wife that changes pictures all the time, that could be a headache. This saves you from that headache, which is great. Great little piece, good little package. Does and will do you well for this. Definitely check that out. You won't be disappointed with, of course, Up Simples. Now, I believe we have the Comfier neck massager. So I put a crib sheet on it for the kids. Yeah. Sure, those are kids, not dogs. Day at work and you want to unwind. Well, I'm going to grab the cordless neck massager from Comfier. Now, this is a 4D massager that's already on my neck, but is, of course, rechargeable. Now, this is what's considered a Shiatsu 4D deep kneading massager with heat. Now, this does, of course, do 6 powerful kneading massaging nodulars on it. It does, of course, have multiple modes and intensities. 2500 milliamp battery for 1.5 to 2 hour usage time on a full charge. It has what's called like human-like massaging techniques built in, of course, with this, and I'm just enjoying this right now. Now, yes, it does have heating levels, 2 heating levels, 110 degrees and 130 degrees, that heat up really, really well. 2 intensity cycles, low and high, and then, of course, the different massaging module intensities. Now, I'm going to pull this off my neck so you guys can kind of see this. I'm going to hit myself in the eye. Of course, right here is the neck massager. Has their logo. On this, you guys are going to see right back here that these nodulars are moving at, of course, its own pace. With that, it has these nice, beautiful pleatherette straps down here, and it has the tensional holders. Now, with it, it does have, of course, their logo. It is a zipped up style, so you can't clean it. Over here, you have your power button. You'll have your mode button. And of course, that's going to change the mode. This is going to change up the heating level. And of course, down below is your intensity with that. Now, to get more intensity, put it on the back of your neck and then pull down with these little straps to get a deeper tissue massage. And oh my Lord, this is beautiful. If you guys need a way to unwind. Now, guys, that is a great little neck massager. 100% worth checking and getting. That one I actually still have, which is great because, man, it massages the neck perfect. I love the way it works on the neck on that one. Now, we're going to show you guys the Comfier hand, or the Syncom hand massager. While this is going, I'm going to step up away
Hey, y'all,
for 1 second.
This is the Syncom hand massager, so I'm going to do a quick unboxing so we can see what comes with it because I've yet to use it, but I'm super excited to. I am a gamer through and through, and my wrist and hand health is super important to me, especially since I've had carpal tunnel twice, and so having something like this is going to be awesome. First out the gate, it comes with this really big, nice, soft carrying case. I like it has the drawstrings on it too, as you can see, so you can just pull that too. But no, definitely really enjoy the fact that it has that case with it. Go ahead and slide out this. As you can see, this is the actual hand massager itself. It's pretty chunky. Go ahead and take it out the plastic. As you can see, it's pretty big. It's open on a lot of sides, so you can put it in, slide your hand through. And you know, of course, if you want to do the other hand, it has a hole on the other side for the other hand, so you can get it in there, and it fits quite comfortably on there. And then it has this little box, which I assume has like the charger or cables for it. So it looks like these are a couple plastic bags.
Now, with this, guys, you're going to get the charging cable. You're going to get a pack of gloves. You're going to get, of course, the hand massager. It's ambidextrous, left or right hand. It's going to work with, of course, multiple modes, multiple intensities, and 2 heating levels. And the heating levels are there, and that's why they give you gloves. They don't want you to sweat inside this piece because you really can't clean it out that well. Use the plastic gloves for those heated massages. Now, it's not going to get too hot where it's going to melt the gloves, so don't worry about that. Set it in there, of course, and turn it on. When you turn it on, you guys can see that it's all green, and that means your standard mode, standard intensity. Change the mode, change the intensity, and it's going to, of course, change the colorway. Turn on the heat, and it'll change the lighting color as well. Now, this is a great little piece that's going to allow you to get that massage on your hands while being wirelessly connected, which is nice. I really like that idea for you. Now, I believe up next is the Garvey 5x7 rug. Now, I believe this might be me. If you're looking for... Now, this is a really cool rug that I actually just did, and I have in my bedroom. This is actually beautiful. I love the color pattern with this one. But what I like even more is how soft this rug is. Now, this rug is probably one of the softest rugs that I've ever done with like a, area style rugging. You guys can see I have it set over another area rug, and that's because I have it laid out and I'm trying to de-wrinkle it because it is, of course, comes folded flat in a box. You're going to have to lay it out, de-wrinkle it. You guys could probably steam it or vacuum it maybe if you wanted to. Me, I let it lay out for a few days and it did what it was supposed to, and then it was ready to go in the place where I set it. The color pattern is what I really like. I love this blue and white color pattern. Literally, this is in my bedroom now. It's perfectly set, beautiful and elegant. It's only like $42, and $42 for this size is great. They have larger sizes, so if you need to, it is definitely there. Yeah, I do too. I mean, it's funny because randomly I will lay on the floor. I will randomly lay on the floor on my back, and my wife laughs at me because it's like, why are you on the floor? We have couches and stuff. I just do it. It's just, random things that I do for me. And having a nice soft rug like this is great. I'm going to wash. We don't wash ours. We don't wash ours, man. When we're done, it's gone. No, we carpet wash them. You could technically, you guys could technically go have it really washed too.
What's up, everyone?
Now, up next is going to be the Yosuda Pro Climber. Now, this is, of course, a stair stepper climbing style device. Now, this, of course, is a. Oh, mine is huge and went. So I have multiple throw rugs. I have the one that's sitting here, which is a 5x8. I have the 5x7 you see, and I have a second of that 5x7 in my bedroom. So technically, I have two of those 5x7 side by side in my bedroom, taking up part of my floor, but that's where I have it set. Now, with this is kind of cool. It's going to take you about 30 minutes to put together. Comes with all the hardware and comes with all the nuts and bolts and screws. Comes with the digital display. It's going to keep track of your calories earned and burned, time spent, and of course steps on this device. Now, once you have it set up, you guys can actually start going into action. Depending on where you want to hold your hands is the way you're going to use it. Now, you guys have, of course, a magnetic resistance that will make it feel like you're climbing a steeper steps than you really are if you want to with this. Now, phone holder and iPad holder if you guys need to put a tablet or a pad with this. Power washer for. Yeah, you could definitely, but I live in an apartment building, so I don't have a power washer that can do that. I don't think they will allow me to do that, sir. Now, it has a water bottle holder for the people that need their water and drinks near you with that, and it's actually kind of cool. This is a great little stepper, guys. $359. Definitely worth checking this out. Great little piece, and of course, get that exercise in, hey, at home. Now, we also have the Vitomart 24-piece kit. Now, this is a kit I use in my house right now.
Here, and today we're taking a quick.
Now, what we're going to do is we're going to jump forward because this is like a long video. 24 pieces, 4 sizes, all interactable or interchangeable lids. You have small, medium, large, and then you have the extra large. Extra large is going to be great for like your pasta noodles and stuff like that. Your large is going to be perfect for like a 5-pound bag of sugar. Your smaller ones would be great for, whatever you really want. They are airtight. Airtight, which means they are liquid type. You guys could you could break down soups in these and freeze them if you wanted to break down soups and freeze them with that. The seal does need to be checked, guys. Do not dishwash the lids on the bottom. If you're dishwashing the lids, put them on the top or hand wash them. Check the gaskets throughout with this as well. Yeah, I appreciate that, Thor. Have fun back at school. Drop someone. Oh, man, you're dropping someone off at school, man. That's sad. You should drop Sheila back off at school. She said something about she wants to do 4 more years in college for that new job. Cool little piece. Now, this does come with, of course, sticky notes that you guys can stick or labels that you guys can put on these devices. Comes with a chalk pen. The chalk pen is washable, so you guys can change out the labels if you want to. I love them. I use them for my seasoning mixes. I use them for our sugar. We use them for our snacks. We had a few snacks organizers. We have, I think, there's actually one on the counter back behind me as well, sitting over on the counter with packets for drinks. Now, my wife and them use like Airbond drinks. They're called fizzy drinks or something like that. I don't know. They're weird. Weird tasting things that I don't like, so I don't even know what they are. But we use it for that. And the organization, of course, and set it up. You guys are going to be really good with this. Pretty phenomenal product. Now, I think up next is going to be a Sheila video. Ready to retire. Dude, I'm going to have to find a job. I'm going to have to find a job. Just saying.
Legend Cookware.
All right, yeah. This is Sheila. This is the Legend Cook. Oh, whoa. Let's go here. The Legend knife. Now, this is from Legend Cookware. Great company. And I actually have their Legend Copper Core pan set, which is a great pan set. Now, we're showing you guys this very, very beautifully well done, sharp knife from them. Now, this is a great sharp chef's knife if you guys need a chef's knife of this style. Now, with that being said, we're going to talk about this. It's an 8-inch blade that Sheila kind of doesn't handle the best. Sheila, I love you. But your knife handling skills scare me every time I see this video. Now, it is a G10 handle, which is, it's a compressed material that's nice, strong. Full tang design, so you have that full tang, but you can see right there, it is sharp enough that it cut bread without a problem, and it's cutting it thin, which you guys can't really always do that. Yeah, it's one of them things, and right here you're gonna see her like shave some onions with, of course, the onion peel still on it. It's just one of those things. It is sharpened at about a 22 degrees, but -2 or +2 degrees, depending on, their time going through. It's an X50 CRM OV15 steel. Of course, stainless steel. It's not going to rust. You don't have to worry about that. It's approximately 8 inches at the blade. It's another 2 inches with the handle. So it's about, 10 inches total depth of this piece. Very, very sharp for it to be able to cut bread like that. Comes, of course, with the handle cover and everything else. If you guys need, Legend Cookware's got you covered. Very, very cool little knife. I actually like that one. Now, I think we got a pizza oven next. I'm going to let the video play for this because I don't know this product. I'm not even remember who did this one. I think it was Nate, possibly.
What is going on, guys? Nathaniel with Dragon Blogger Tech and Entertainment. Today, I am so excited to showcase to you this Vevor outdoor pizza oven. This is a wood-fired pizza oven. I've been wanting one for so long. Vevor sent me this, and we're going to go ahead and check it out. Setting this thing up was incredibly easy and straightforward. It pretty much already comes set up. You really just have to tighten a few things down, and then that's basically it. So you can see that right up here, this is going to be where you're going to load your pellets or your wood chips. You could even use charcoal. So this is not a propane or gas fed pizza oven. You just use wood chips. So for today, what we're going to be doing is using pellets, and I'll show you how to load those up here in a second. You can see that you have a pretty large cooking chamber in here. It is going to come with a square pizza stone. This is going to fit about a 12-inch pizza. So you're good to go whenever you want to make pizza and just have a decent size. You're only going to get a couple of tools. You're going to get that little tool right there that's used to open the pellet hopper, and then you're going to get a little pellet scooper. So what we need to do first is we need to set up our pizza. We're going to go ahead and make this from scratch today. We're not going to use like a frozen pizza, but we also aren't going to go as far as making our own dough. So you can see here, I just sped this up because this took me 10 minutes just trying to figure this out. I went ahead and used some grapeseed oil to oil up the actual crust. The crust is store-bought crust. Eventually, I am going to use actual freshly made pizza dough so I can get that New York style pizza. But for this video today, I just wanted to learn how to use the
it's definitely
pizza
not from
oven
scratch
itself. So I just...
All right. Definitely not from scratch. He used bread, pre-shreds, and all that other stuff. But hey, I pre-crisp my bottoms before I even go to that point. I also, when I oil it or butter the actual piece, I sprinkle garlic over it. By sprinkling the garlic, you get that extra little oomph to the bread or the bite of the bread, which is great. Now, guys, this is, of course, like this. It's a pellet style, which he's showing you guys feeding the pellets in and out. I definitely don't recommend cooking it on the table he's doing it on. So take it out like he did. Put it on, of course, the barbecuer, which scares me the way he said it on the barbecuer as well. Yeah, I love a garlic salt or a garlic powder on my crust. I really like that extra garlicky bite through my pizza on the crust, which is just, it's me. It's just the way I am. You guys will see how hot it gets, and it's up to about 600 degrees. It goes all the way up to about, I think, 800 degrees Fahrenheit, which is great. If you guys want a really hot, quick pizza, hey, you can do that. Now, you guys can see what he's doing. Be careful, because that plate he's touching is super, super hot. And that's why I said, like, this one's a little small for me. I don't like the size of this when you're trying to reach in and move it like he's doing. He's not really doing it with like a pizza peel properly. Now he's got a pizza peel, but it's not the one I'd definitely be using for this. I'd get something a little bit different. But this is what comes with it. And of course, he's going to pull it out there. It's cooked to the way he likes it. You guys can go a little charred more if you want. Yeah, it's going to be a little bit different, but you can you'll learn it as you go. It's just the way I cook, man, pizza oven's got to be a little bit bigger for me the way I cook. And that's because I'll sit there and I'll spin it, and I prefer cooking it at a hotter temperature. Even in my standard electric oven, I cook my pizzas at a higher temperature than they recommend. Yeah, 10 inches, that's 12 inches. I like a 14-inch pie. I like to do a 14 to 16-inch pies. I don't know. I like a larger pie. Just saying. Well, if you guys need to, check it out. Got you covered. Hey. You guys can eat that doughy pizza he's eating right there. I had to shut it off. I couldn't look at the crust. Electric. I don't. So we had a stove that went into a stone that used to go into the oven, but I learned my lesson with those. I'm not going to go into detail with that. Now we're going to show you guys the Geiger.
Hey guys, Nikita with Dragon
Geiger.
Vlog is here to show you the
Geiger
awesome
brain
brand by
tease.
Geiger. This is Super Blocks. They are the creators of Super
I do
Slice,
too.
so I'm
I
really
like a
excited about
thin
Super Blocks
crust,
because
and I like a crunchy crust.
I love Geiger because
I just
they
like
make
it
the
really
best
crispy.
brain teasing games. Now, this
I like
is
that
everything
bite.
that it comes with.
I like
a really
no
nice
sag,
unique
no
manual for
flop.
how to set things up. A
I
really
like
nice
little-
carrying cases for the game itself
I'm
and
a
all the
light
pieces that come
cheese
with it.
user as
But
well.
of course, the star of the show here today.
Of course, you guys can't hear me because we had sound on. Now, this is a Geiger, guys. This is a Super Blocks pattern matching game. You're going to pick and choose, and it's going to have multiple levels with this, which is kind of cool. Yeah, kind of. It's actually, I've seen a lot of people use them. I have a buddy that's got the larger variation of that. They have the big one, and the big one's decent. The big one uses more than pellets, though. It's also just a different shape and style of it, but the smaller ones are just, it kind of looks like a metal shop project. But they work well. They do work really, really well for what they are. I just have to laugh at the way Nate used it because he used that the crust straight from the store. And he didn't even cook it fully. Exactly, it's pizza. I mean, you're gonna have pizza. It's gonna have fun. Now the Super Blocks, guys, great little brain teaser. It's gonna allow you to get those synapses moving with this. Multiple styles and designs. By the color that's, of course, in the top, it's going to show you guys what blocks you need. So if you guys see the red X, you're going to need the red blocks. If you guys need, of course, the yellow blocks, it'll say yellow, red. It'll pop up the color variations with those blocks. You have to go through, match out which blocks makes the design, and then, of course, if you finished it, you're good to go. Now, right there, you guys can see Nikita's just popping around. And it's, of course, saying, hey, did he get it? Well, it's flashing. So, he kind of didn't do it, and he did do it. It was good to go. Pick and choose your levels. The higher the levels, the harder it's going to be for you guys to use and do. Now, right there, it's saying, oh, you need the yellow blocks. And, of course, he's going to grab the yellow blocks and just design it out and then pick and choose. This is great for the kids. If the kids are trying to learn shape, sizes, and, of course, they're trying to learn or need a little extra learning abilities, this is kind of cool with that. If they can figure this out, they're going to be able to do your homework when you get home from school too. Just saying. Kind of cool little piece. I like it. Of course, Geiger, they've made some other products that we've done in the past, so cool. Now, I think we're going to be showing you guys some Bruno Mars shoes. And Bruno Mars has a lot of different variations in shoes. This shoes that we're about to show you just come in multiple sizes and stylings. Now, this, of course, has that bright green or bottoms with it, and, of course, that material on there for those of you that need to. Now, with it, like I said, multiple sizes, so you guys can pick and choose the size that you are going to need with this, of course. You can see the high socks and the legs that I believe this is probably a Justin video. No, it might be Nikita for all I know. I don't know who did this video because I'm not playing the sound. Comes in sizes 6.5 all the way up to 14. Comes in like 12 different colorways. This is an Oxford style casual dress shoe. With this, of course, it is definitely Nikita and Nikita's roommate. All right, cool. I saw the doggo. So, guys, shoes. If you need shoes, go ahead, get some shoes right there. Yeah, pizza. Now I want pizza. I haven't really eaten in days. Pizza made me hungry, and hopefully I can keep it down. I had food poisoning for the last couple days, I'm pretty sure. Let's show you guys the Sojos. Really now, cool. We don't need Nate talking. Guys, this is the Sojos. These are, of course, a small squared polarized sunglasses. Sojos makes many styles of sunglasses in different sizes and variations. Most of their glasses are $18 and under. These are guys at like $12.79. They are square polarized, which means you go out in the sun, it's going to look darker. And at night, you're not going to be able to drive with them on. Don't do it. Because the polarization, of course, makes it a little bit darker and more tinted. Now, polarized glasses are great. They're going to help block that UV light out, which is what you really want with the sunglass on hand. They actually come with these little tags that allows you to hold it in front of the glasses so you guys can actually see the way the polarization works. So when you move it, you won't be able to read it. And when you put it in front of the glasses, you'll be able to read the actual what's on the tag. Just a simplified little piece right there if you guys are looking, of course, from Sojos. We have 2 more products left. I think we got the Renpho Smart Scale, and I think the Smart Scale and something else. Smart Scale and probably the Prolux Vacuum, if I can remember right. Yeah, Smart Scale.
I've been using the Renpho LS1 Smart Scale for a while, and it has, of course, the 4 sensor reads on it. You pair it for your smartphone app. You get the 11 body composition measurements. Supports up to 400 pounds. But now I recently got the Renpho 2. This is the Renpho LS2 XL Smart Scale, which has a much larger footprint. You could see the footprint size between the 2 scales. It supports up to 500 pounds. You get 14 body composition measurements and a much larger display. Now, what I really like about the LS2 is they both pair, but you get more metrics with this one. The smart display is a lot easier to read, and you feel more balanced standing on it because I'm a little bit bigger and heavier person. And so one thing you notice, if I stood on the Renpho, the LS1, and I accidentally stepped off of it or stepped on the side, see how it tilts up like that? This LS2 doesn't do that. It's far more stable. If you accidentally have one of my feet just on the side, I'm stepping on and off of it. It's more stable. So if you're looking for a much larger, more stable smart scale with 14 body composition measurements, the LS2 is an excellent smart scale, and I highly recommend it. Even though LS1, the LS1 though has a slightly smaller footprint. So if you need to like wedge it in between, like in your bathroom, if you have it like on the side of your toilet next to your cabinet, this one takes up a little bit more space when you want to store it, but far better. Love this smart scale. The LS2 from Renpho is my favorite smart scale to date.
So that is the cool little right there Renpho Smart Scale. It's going to allow you to keep track of your weight, of course, your inflation of weight up and down and everything with this piece. Now, guys, we do have one last product of the show today. This is going to be from a company that we actually really love. This is Prolux. Now, Prolux makes some really great professional grade vacuums and stuff like that. They also make some buffers, house vacuums, and everything in between. This is like your shop vacuum. This is a wall mounted garage vacuum, and it's a cool little piece. I think Nate did this. So right here, you guys can see, of course, you know what? We're actually going to do, I grabbed the really long video. I think this is like almost a 10-minute video. Don't really want to do the 10-minute video. So let's grab you guys. Let's see. I think there's a shorter video. 2-minute video is crazy. What were we thinking?
What's going on, guys? Nate with Dragon.
All right. This, of course, is that shop vac. And you guys can see how dirty it is because, well, he's been using it in the shop. It does not have to be that dirty. Now, he has it set on the ground, but it is a wall-mounted style design. Now, it is a wet-dry vac, and you guys can actually change out the filter from wet to dry with this. And when you change out the hosing connections, it'll also change that as well. Now, you do get a nice, really long hose and cable hose. And then, of course, he's trying to clean his garage area up with this. And, of course, with this, it's going to work very, very well for those of you that need the piece. It does come with multiple heads and tips. Now, your heads are going to be, of course, different styles of scrub brushes and everything, but you're also going to get an air blower. So it can be used as an air blower as well, and it's going to have different heads and tips for that. It's going to come with the carrying bag as well for the air blower side of that, and that's where the hose changes with this. That's what he's kind of talking about with that one. Now, wet vacuum means guys can actually clean up and pull up wet stuff as well on top of that, which is even better for this. Now, you're going to get a tool caddy. You're going to get a deep crevice device. You're going to get 2 extension wads, 30 feet of cable. You're going to get, of course, a duster brush, a horsehair brush, inflator, blower tools, wall mounts. You're going to get, of course, the comb floor tool. You're going to get, of course, the handheld shampooer, the upholstery tools. You're going to get, of course, pet and hair mini tools, squeegee for squeegeeing like windows and floors as well, which he's kind of showing you guys vacuuming this out. Personally, I would have just grabbed a blower. Oh, right, he is doing the blower. So you guys can see he's blowing it out with this instead and just blowing the dirt out of there, which is kind of great. It's a simplified piece. It's 162 CFM of blowing capacity. The bottom side actually has an open air areas to see the liquid fill for this, which is great on time. Now, with this, of course, you guys, I think it's like a 3-year warranty on this, which is even amazing. That they give you that. It's going to be guaranteed. You get, of course, the filtration and the HEPA filter that can go over it. And you guys are going to get the water blower. So if you guys want to shampoo stuff, you guys can do that as well. Great little product right here. And you're just seeing him. He's just blowing the dust away, just cleaning up the area. And, of course, his device is really dirty, so he could have blew that off as well. Which is probably what I would have done. But, hey, Prolux. Prolux has got you covered. Now, it's $400 shop vac. But you're not going to have to replace it all the time, which is great. So if you guys need anything like that, got you covered. Now, we showed you guys a bunch of different things, including the MetaQuest 3 today. MetaQuest 3 is a great little product that I've actually had very little hands-on time with, but it's been fun with what little time I've had hands with. The sooner I feel a lot better, the more I'm going to be messing with this. I just don't want to be all queasy and, getting worse from VR. But hey, that's what happens. So I want to thank everybody for being here, guys. If you've given us a follow, we appreciate it. If you haven't, hit that follow button. We do a lot of these shows over here. Hit the live notification button. It will let you know when we go live as well. With that being said, is today Thursday? Yeah, today's Thursday. Possibly we'll be back here tomorrow, or I might be over on that talk place for a stream over there. It just depends which direction I go with. With that, Sheila, thank you. My Amazon profile name, hello. Thank you for being here. And everybody else that's popped in. You have the original? Right on. Which is great. The original is still a really cool and great product. It's going to work well for a lot of people. It honestly is. The MetaQuest 3's got a little bit of upgrades like 4K resolution, 512 gigabytes, 8 gigabytes of DDR. It's got that Snapdragon CPU and GPU. It's going to do well for everybody. And of course, I'm going to have fun with it once I get to start playing it. First, I have to find some games or some other stuff. And all of the other things that go along with the stuff that goes along with VR. So guys, thank you. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day. I will see you guys on the next show. I don't know, is Blake on later? Let's check. Is Blake on later today? Nope, no Blake today. I don't see Blake still. Cool. All right. Yeah, the separate AR is cool, and I mean, we can go into that kind of. The cool part about this is, like, you guys see the cameras on the front. You guys can see the whole room. So I mean, I can turn this on and do this whole stream while looking at you with this on, and still see the stream, the screen, and everything else with this, which is kind of great. I like that idea. So kind of cool. All right, now I'm out of here. Sheila, have a good day. I will talk to you guys all later. See you on the next show. Later, everybody.